Deep inside you lives an impossible thought, a dream longing to be fulfilled. Almost everything we enjoy today was impossible yesterday. What are the things that transform an impossible condition into a possible one? 100 motivational lifestyle quotes on daily successes and breakthroughs. Are miracles real? Can I make it again after failing several times? Worries never help tomorrow's troubles, but it does ruin today's happiness. The first step to any success is determination. 100 motivational lifestyle quotes on daily successes and breakthroughs. You've got to tell yourself that you can make it. Yes, I can. Yes, we can. You can do it. 100 motivational lifestyle quotes on daily successes. 1. You will always have everything in life that you want if you'll help enough other people get what they want, by Zig Ziglar. 2. The bigger a man's head gets, the easier it is to fill his shoes, by Henry Courtney. 3. If you think that education is expensive, try ignorance, by Derek Bach. 4. No man is rich enough to buy back his past, by Oscar Wilde. 5. Though no one can go back and make a brand new start, anyone can start from now and make a brand new ending, by Karl Barth. 6. When a man is wrapped up in himself, he makes a pretty small package, by John Ruskin. 6. The good old days were never that good, believe me. The good new days are today and better days are coming tomorrow. Our greatest songs are still unsung, by Hubert Humphrey. 7. You cannot have a better tomorrow if you are thinking about yesterday all the time, by Charles Kettering. 8. When I was young I observed that 9 out of every 10 things I did was failures. So I did 10 times more work, by George Bernard Shaw. 9. Inspirations never go in for long engagements, they demand immediate marriage to action, by Brendan Francis. 10. I like the dreams of the future better than the histories of the past, by Thomas Jefferson. 11. Events in the past may be roughly divided into those which probably never happened and those which do not matter, by W. Turing. 12. A day of worry is more exhausting than a day of work, by John Lubbock. 13. When your chances are slim and none, go with slim, by John Stemmons. 14. Laziness is the secret ingredient that goes into failure, but it's only kept a secret from the person who fails, by Robert Taft. 15. Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overall and looks like work, by Thomas Edison. 16. I have so much to do today that I shall spend the first 3 hours in prayer, by Martin Luther. 17. Striving for success without hard work is like trying to harvest where you haven't planted, by David Bly. 18. Worry is a thin stream of fear trickling through the mind. If encouraged, it cuts a channel into which all other thoughts are drained, Arthur Roche. 19. I encourage boldness because the danger of seniority and pension plans tempt a young man to sit on a right-named security rather than find his own rainbow, by Conrad Hilton. 20. If I could hear Christ praying for me in the next room, I would not fear a million enemies. Yet distance makes no difference. He is praying for me, by Robert Murray M'Cheyne. 21. Don't roll up your pants legs before you get to the stream, by Emmanuel Sil. 22. Give a man health and a course to steer, and he will never stop to trouble about whether he is happy or not, by George Bernard. 23. I can tell you how to get what you want. You're just got to keep a thing in view and go for it, and never let your eyes to wander to the right or left or up or down. And looking back hid fatal, by William Locke. 24. Refuse to join the cautious crowd that plays not to lose. Play to win, by David Mahoney. 25. If you have the will to win, you have achieved half your success. If you don't, you have achieved half your failure, by David Ambrose. 26. Stop looking at where you have been and start looking at where you can be, by Mike Murdoch. 27. Every noble acquisition is attended with its risk. He who fears to encounter the one must not expect to obtain the other, by Trometicism. 28. If you don't make a total commitment to whatever you are doing, then you start looking to bail out the first time the boat starts leaking. It's though enough getting the boat to shore with everybody rowing, let alone when a guy stands up and starts putting his life jacket on, by Lou Holtz. 29. The devil smiles when we make plans. He laughs when we get too busy. But he trembles when we pray, by Corrie ten Boom. 30. Every human mind is a great slumbering power until awakened by a keen desire and a definite resolution to do, by Edgar Roberts. 31. You don't concentrate on risk. You concentrate on results. No risk is too great to prevent the normal job from getting done, by Chuck Yeager. 32. There is a difference between interest and commitment. When you are interested in doing something, you only do it when it is convenient. When you are committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results, by Kenneth Blanchard. 33. Of all things you wear, your expression is the most important, by Janet Lane. 34. If your life is ever going to get better, you will have to take risks. There is simply no way you can grow without taking chances, by David Viscott. 35. God created the world out of nothing, and as long as we are nothing, He can make something out of us, by Martin Luther. 36. Not what we have but what we see, not what we see but what we choose, these are things that mar or bless human happiness, by Joseph Neaton. 37. We must do something is the unanimous refrain. We begin as the deafening reply, by Walter White. 38. Nothing is so exhausting as indecision, and nothing is so futile, by Bertrand Russell. 39. Happiness makes up in height for what it lacks in length, by Robert Frost. 40. A day hemmed in prayer is less likely to unravel, by Anonymous. 41. Of all sad words of tongue or pen, the saddest are these, "It might have been," by John Greenleaf Whittier. 42. Lord, take my lips and speak through them, take my mind and think through it, take my heart and set it on fire, by W. H. Atkin. 43. Practical prayer is harder on the sole of your shoes than on the heels of your trousers, by Austin O'Malley. 44. Do not have your concert and turn your instruments afterwards. Begin your day with God, by James Hudson Taylor. 45. The tragedy of life is not that man loses, but that he almost wins, by Haywood Broom. 46. Keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see the shadow, by Helen Keller. 47. You seldom get what you go after unless you know in advance what you want, by Morris Witzer. 48. Science may have found that a cure for most evil, but it has found no remedy for the worst of them all, the apathy of human beings, by Helen Keller. 49. Behold, the fool saith, put not all thine eggs in one basket, which is but a manner of saying, scatter your money and your attention. But the wise man saith, put all your eggs in one basket, and watch that basket, by Mark Twain. 50. If things are not going well with you, begin your effort at correcting the situation by carefully examining the service you are rendering and especially the spirit in which you are rendering it, by Roger Babson. 51. There are three enemies of personal peace: regret over yesterday's mistakes, anxiety over tomorrow's problems, and ingratitude for today's blessing, by William Ward. 52. Fear knocked at my door. Faith answered and there was no one there, by Evangelist Billy Sunday. 53. Never be afraid to trust an unknown future to a known God, by Corrie ten Boom. 54. Keep out of the suction caused by those who drift backwards, by E. K. Piper. 55. When duty comes a-knocking at your gate, welcome him in, for if you bid him wait, he will depart only to come once more, and bring 7 other duties to your door. By Edwin Markham. 56. Your best friends are those who bring out the best in you. By Anonymous. 57. There is nothing in the middle of the road but yellow stripes and dead armadillos. By James Hightower. 58. Experience is a harder teacher because she gives the test first, the lesson afterwards. By Vernon Sanders. 59. Some people have thousands of reasons why they cannot do what they want to do, and all they really need is one reason why they can. By Willis Whitney. 60. The best days of your life are the ones in which you decide your problems are your own. You don't blame them on your mother, the ecology, or the president. You realize that you control your own destiny. By Albert Ellis. 61. It is useless for a sheep to pass resolutions in favor of vegetarianism, while the wolf remains of a different opinion. By Anonymous. 62. Every problem has in it the seeds of its own solution. If you don't have any problems, you don't get any seeds. By Norman Vincent Peale. 63. There is no happiness in having or getting but in giving. Henry Drummond. 64. If we get everything we want, we will soon want nothing that we get. By Vernon Lucius. 65. The opportunities of man are limited only by his imagination, but so few have imagination that are 10,000 fiddlers to one composer. By Charles Kettering. 66. Winning starts with beginning. By Robert Schuller. 67. By perseverance the snail reaches the ark. By Charles Haddon Spurgeon. 68. Any facts facing is not as important as our attitude toward it, for that determines our success or failure. By Norman Vincent Peale. 69. One of the greatest and most comforting truths is that when one door opens another closes, but often we look so long and regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the one that is open for us. By Anonymous. 7. A critic is a man who knows the way but can't drive the car. By Kenneth Tynan. 71. Blessed are those that give without remembering and take without forgetting. By Elizabeth Bibesco. 72. Giving is the proof that you have conquered greed. By Mike Murdoch. 73. If you limit your actions in life to things that nobody could easily find fault with, you will not do much. By Charles Dodgson. 74. Expecting the world to treat you fairly because you are a good person is a little like expecting a bull not to attack you because you are vegetarian. By Dennis Hawley. 75. You will never change your actions until you change your mind. By Van Crouch. 76. If a man hasn't discovered something that he will die for, he isn't fit to live. By Martin Luther King Jr. 77. When you discover your mission, you will feel its demand. It will fill you with enthusiasm and a burning desire to get to work. By W. Clement Stone. 78. Thunder is good. Thunder is impressive, but it is lightning that does the work. By Mark Twain. 79. All that is necessary to break the spell of inertia and frustration in this, act as if it were impossible to fail. By Dorothea Brand. 80. The men who build the future are those who know that greater things are yet to come, and that they themselves will help bring them about. The blaring sun of hope illuminates their minds. They never stop to doubt. They haven't time. By Melvin Evans. 81. Moderation is a fatal thing. Nothing succeeds like excess. By Oscar Wilde. 82. Any man who selects a goal in life which can be fully achieved has already defined his own limitations. By Cavett Robert. 83. Many people fail in life because they believe in the adage, if you don't succeed, try something else. By Don B. Owen Jr. 84. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubt of today. By Franklin Roosevelt. 85. All the strength and force of man comes from his faith in things unseen. He who believes is strong, he who doubts is weak. Strong convictions precedes great actions, by J.F. Clark. 86. Those that think that it is permissible to tell white lies soon grow colorblind, by Dickson O'Malley. 87. You are the same today that you are going to be in 5 years from now except for two things: the people with whom you associate and the books you read, by Charlie Tremendous Jones. 88. The darkest hour of any man's life is when he sits down to plan how to get money without earning it, by Horace Greeley. 89. Only fools and dead men don't change their minds. Fools won't. Dead men can't, by John Patterson. 90. Hate is a prolonged form of suicide, by Douglas V. Steer. 91. Instead of comparing our lot with those who are more fortunate than we are, we should compare it with the lot of the great majority of our fellow men. It then appears that we are among the privileged, by Helen Keller. 92. 9/10 of wisdom is being wise in time, by Theodore Roosevelt. 93. Vengeance is a dish that should be eaten cold, by Old English Proverbs. 94. A man who carries a cat by the tail learns something he can learn no other way, by Mark Twain. 95. Don't keep forever on the public road. Leave the beaten path occasionally and drive into the woods. You'll be certain to find something that you've never seen before. One discovery will lead to another, and before you know it, you will have something worth thinking about to occupy your mind. Already big discoveries are the results of thoughts, by Alexander Graham. 96. Notice the difference between what happens when a man says to himself, "I failed 3 times," than what happens when he says, "I am a failure," by S.I. Hayakawa. 97. The single most important difference between champion achievers and average people is their ability to handle rejection and failure, by Tom Hopkins. 98. People are not remembered by how few times they failed but by how often they succeed. Every wrong step can be a step forward, by Thomas Edison. 99. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you too can become great, by Mark Twain. 100. I believe that you like this post, so don't forget to comment and share your own inspirational quotes on daily successes. 100 motivational lifestyle quotes on daily successes and breakthroughs. Feel free to comment. Also remember to share this video with a friend. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to us for more videos. If you know someone who could use this video, share it with them. And don't forget to like this video.